Welcome to this platform. So this video, I just want to give you the topics that you should prepare even as you go in an exam tomorrow. These topics, you need to know them. So I've arranged the topic according to the syllabus, starting with the last one. So now, the first topic that you need to understand is atomic physics. Atomic physics is in parts. The first part that you need to know about this topic is nuclear or atomic structure. So the structure of an atom, just the same thing that you learn in chemistry. But more important, you need to know this formula because most cases you are going to find question to calculate the neutron number or proton number. So this A is mass number, Z is atomic number, and N is neutron number. So this formula, you need to know how to use it. Then aside from that, you need to know also radioactivity, and that is the definition of radioactivity itself. You need to know it. And also you need to know the radioactive decay. That is what is the equation when a radioactive sample decays by emitting three types of radiations that are there. That is alpha, beta, and gamma radiation. So you need to know those general equations on how to write the equation when a radioactive isotope decay by emitting any of those. Then aside from that, you need to know the method of detections of these. So what are the instruments that are used to detect these, these radioactive or these radiations. Aside from that, you need to know the properties of these radiations, that is their penetrating power, their ionization power, and all other properties, including the charges. You need to know them. And how are they diffracted when it comes to magnetic field, electric field. Okay, then aside from that, you need to know the even the uses, the applications of these. You need to know them. Aside from that, you need to know the precaution measures that are taken when handling these. Okay, so when handling these, what are the application? What are the precaution measures? How are they stored? You need to know all those. Okay. So aside from that, you need to know also how to calculate half-life just using the equation. That is half-life, number of sample that remains over initial equal to half, that is number of half-lives. You need to know this formula. And of course, half-life, which is just this, is equals to time elapsed divide number of half-lives. These two formulas, you need to know them. Aside from that, you need to know how to calculate or how to find the half-life on the graph. Okay, you need to know how to find the half-life on the graph. And as you know, physics is not without a graph, or every time or every year you are going to plot a graph in physics. So now you need to know that this is where you find also a potential question, or this is where a question can come from when it comes to graphing. The previous year, the last one, there was a question. Was there a question? Or let me just, so you need to know how to plot the decay equation. The decay curve. So that is very important. Then coming to basic electronics. Basic electronics is about the cathode ray or oscilloscope. That is something that you should know there. So you need to know the parts of the cathode ray or oscilloscope and of course their functions. Okay, then aside from that, you need to know also that you need to know how to calculate the voltage. Okay, how to calculate the voltage just on this part, also how to calculate time. Then aside from that, the other topic that you want to study is or that you have to study before the exam is electromagnetic induction. So under electromagnetic induction, what you need to know, you have the AC and the DC generators. So you need to know about the generators. In the previous, that is 2024, there was an AC. This time around, who knows, you expect a DC, and that rarely comes. So it's one of the questions that you might expect. But even the AC, it is possible to repeat it in any of the sections, be it section A, section B, section C, you might find it. So in other words, know the AC and the DC. And aside from that, the transformers. So the transformer is one of the part that you need to know. Under the transformer, you need to know how to make the diagrams for the step up and the step down. You need also to know how to define the transformer. Aside from that, you need to know how a transformer operates, and that is on the principle of mutual induction. And also you need to know the ideal equations that is under a transformer, okay, an ideal transformer. So you need to know how to the formula for calculating, that is efficiency, for calculating number of turns, and also for calculating what? For calculating voltage. Okay, so those things you need to know them. Then also you need we are done with this, we go to current electricity. So under current electricity, you need to know electric charge. You need to know how to calculate the potential difference. That is if you are given current and of course electric charge. Also electric cells. I've not seen a question on electric cells, but it is part of the syllabus. So that is something that you expect. So electric cells, get to look at that. Then also resistance, electrical resistance. Now, the formula that connects resistance, voltage, and current, and that is what we call Ohm's law. So you need to know how to state Ohm's law. Then also, you need to know the heating effect of electricity. That is the use of electricity in the household. That is for cooking, and all those instrument that uses heating effect of electricity. Then magnetic effect of electricity as well. And aside from that, you need to know also how to calculate the current, total resistance, given the that is the circuit diagram, with the resistors connected in parallel or series or joined, where you find parallel and series. You need to know how to do that part. Then aside from that, you need to know the 3-pin plug, those wires, colors, and what they stand for. I think this is a part that has been missing in the exams, and probably this time around you might expect it. Then also aside from that, what do you need to know? Also plotting the graph. That is the graph, Ohm's law. That is the graph of current against the voltage. You need to know how it comes out. And aside from that, just on this part, since we are talking of Ohm's law, you need to know how the ohmic, the examples of ohmic conductor and non-ohmic conductor, and how you can tell by looking at the graph that you've plotted. So those things you need to know them. Then coming to static electricity, you need to know the phenomena of static electricity, and also you need to know, yes, that is induced charge. You need to know those, how the charge is induced. You need to know the polyethylene rod, glass rod, that is the sphere, glass sphere. All those things you need to know it. Aside from that, static electricity, you need to know about static electricity in nature, that is the lightning, how it is formed, and all the charges, how the charges result into the lightning. So you need to know that. Then magnetism. Magnetism, you need to know the properties of magnetism. You need to know magnetic material, that is the steel and iron, normally. And you need to know the properties, okay, the kind of magnets that they form and their uses. And aside from that, you need to know the law of magnet, the property of a magnet. You need to know those, okay? So basically that is what you need to know under the magnet. Aside from that, maybe you can talk of also the use of the magnet, okay? So the use of the magnet. Then under light, this one, the first part is the formation of shadow, that is the linear propagation of light, okay? Then aside from that, you need to know about reflection of light, and also the that is the properties of the image and formed under reflection. Then you go to refraction. Refraction, you need to know how to find how to draw, in short. You need to know the general diagram of the ray diagram or under refraction. You need to know all the rays, the parts, the rays and their names. You need to know about the angle of incidence. You need to know about angle of refraction. Aside from that, you need to know about Snell's law, what it states, how to calculate refractive index, how to calculate the critical angle, how to calculate also the speed of light in the medium. You need to know those. Then aside from that, you need to know the conditions necessary for internal total reflection to occur. Then also coming to on the same light, you need to know about lenses. Okay, the ray diagrams there, those rules, you need to know them, how to finish the ray diagrams. And also, yes, how to finish just a ray diagram, and also their applications. So those, you need to know them. Then under sound, you need to know what sound is, or how sound is propagated. What are the properties that affect or how to describe the experiment, that is to determine the speed of sound in air. Okay, you need to know those. Okay, so that is mainly what you need to know. Also, how to calculate the distance, speed of sound, and all those given the information. And all those that I'm mentioning, I've made the recordings, and I'm going to put the link in this in the description of this video. I'm going to put the link for the playlist that I've created containing different topics, that is answered questions on different topics, and I'm going to mention the topics that I've covered so far at the end. Then wave motion, you need to know about the transverse wave, longitudinal wave, and examples on each. Okay, so under this, that is what you need to know. And also you need to know the general wave, that is the general wave, and labeling it. So you need to know those. Then also still here on wave motion, okay, I have forgotten one part here, that is the electromagnetic spectrum. So electromagnetic spectrum, you need to know those waves that are found, that is the gamma, X-ray, those, their properties, their uses, and also, yeah, method of detection. You need to know those. And of course, I have a video just on that part. And of course, like I said, I'm going to put the link to the playlist. Then under thermophysics, just from the start, that is the changes of state. Now that part is just for chemistry. You know the part well. So starting with the first part, that is a kinetic theory of matter, changes of state, and all those. You need to know them. Then you need to know measurement of temperature. That is the change from Kelvin to degree. Also the thermometers, types of thermometers, which one is more sensitive, and what are the properties that makes the thermometer sensitive. What are the liquids that are used? What are the properties of the liquids? What are the advantages of alcohol over mercury? What are the advantages of mercury over alcohol? Then aside from that, you need to know about heat transfer. So you need to know about heat transfer, that is conduction, convection, and radiation, and also the application. Okay, then now the other thing that I've forgotten is pressure. I mean the gas laws. Those gas laws, you need to know them. You need to know what Bohr's law state. You need to know what Charles' law state. You need to know what combined gas law state, or the other one is Gay-Lussac's law. So those, you need to know them, and there the formulas for calculating. So you need to know all those. Okay, so under mechanics, that is where you find distance, displacement, speed, acceleration, velocity and acceleration. And basically what you need to know about that part is the velocity, speed graph. That part is easy because you find it also in mathematics. But there's a part where you start you make your own speed time graph. That is from the information that you have. So how do you come up with the speed time graph? From the information that you have. So all that video is available. I've made a video on that part. You might want to, or you're going to find it in the playlist. Then under general physics, one thing that you should know is measurement of length. So measurement of length, the vernier calipers. Then aside from the vernier calipers, you find time, then mass and weight and density. But of course, I've forgotten some things on a basic mechanics. On mechanics, that is moment, forces, work, energy, and power. And in most of these, work, energy, and power, I have the video. Forces, I have the video. Acceleration, that is speed time graph, I have a video. Length, measurement of length, the vernier calipers, the video is a variable. Mass and weight, the video is a variable. Density, the video is a variable. So the videos that are variable are one on atomic physics, how to find the half-life from the graph, and also how to calculate it. Then current, electricity, I have all the package from 2018 to 2023. That is on the circuit diagram, calculating that is voltage, resistance, and also current. Then under light, I've covered all the parts. That is refraction, how to finish the diagram. That is refraction, how to find refractive index, how to find critical angle. All those parts I've covered, even the lenses. Then under sound, also I've answered the questions how to calculate the speed of sound, ultrasonic sound. Then wave motion, also I've covered this one. Thermophysics, I've covered some part. Speed time graph, I've covered this part. Mass and weight, the video is a variable. Density, forces, moment, simple machine, the pendulum, and vernier calipers. All these videos that I've mentioned, or all these parts that I've mentioned, the videos are a variable. And of course, like I've said, I'm going to put the link in the description of this video. Okay, so this is what I wanted to give you. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Otherwise, all the best as you write. And of course, let us meet in the next one.